Behind the mind bars. The axiom is a self-evident fact, where the mind acknowledges its validity directly without proof of its accuracy. The mind does not require proof as it is proof of another conclusion. These are preliminary mental constants and principles that the mind cannot deny and serves as the foundation for further conclusions and proof. The axiom differs from acknowledgement in that it is an analytical rather than a synthetic provision that establishes a precedent for acceptance, which should not be contrary to the axiom. For example, the fact that the sun radiates light and that clouds are the source of rain are self-evident, and automatically acknowledged without the need for proof. However, imagine a closed society, a tribe living in an isolated place, where all members are blind. But they are eventually discovered by a backpacker who begins a journey of education with them from scratch. The first thing to start with is axioms. The backpacker teaches them that there is an object in the sky called the sun, and that there are clouds that emit light and heat, and that rain is produced by the sun. Over generations, this knowledge is passed down and becomes the foundation for scientific and cognitive advancement. The tribe believes that rain is cold water consisting of drops, heat is light that shows the shape of things, trees have a snail shape with many arms, and the sea collects purple-colored water droplets. However, one day, a person who is not blind is born among them. He begins to collect the inheritance of science passed down from his ancestors, the first to challenge intuition. He realizes that the sun is not a blue hexagonal body that produces rain, and clouds do not emit light and heat. Although he perceives with his eyes, he distrusts them. This is because they program his mind into believing that what he sees is not real, but his intuition tells him otherwise. The mind acknowledges this without preconceived reasoning, so if there is any dysfunction, it would be in his mind and in his deceptive eyes. Repetition of these ideas over generations has led to this person being perceived as crazy by others, because he questions accepted axioms and speaks of superstitions. How can this madman claim that the sun is the source of heat and that clouds are the source of rain, when these ideas go against what has been passed down and believed in by generations? This hypothesis was formed in a society that was blind, lacked vision, and was not free thinking. The proof series was based on misguided, faithful axioms that had been repeated in people's minds from birth to death. From an early age, humans are told that the sun is a blue hexagonal body that sends us rain and that clouds are bubbles that emit light and heat. However, evidence gradually supports this hypothesis. Don't we feel the rain? Doesn't the heat from the sun sting our skin? This is the proof. In our world with three-dimensional perspectives, we are able to see that the sun emits light and heat, while clouds bring rain. But what if people decided to change the names of bananas to orange and change the name of oranges to bananas? The current generation would undoubtedly reject this idea, and future generations would be divided, with some following the new names and others holding on to the old names. Over time, the followers of the old names would decrease, and the followers of the new names would grow. Eventually, a generation would emerge where someone calls the fruit by its proper name, and those who don't would be seen as crazy. Therefore, changing consciousness and planting false ideas in people's minds takes generations. It requires repeating the programming over time, but this is impossible because everyone will eventually die. So, this plan must have a head that does not die, and that is what happened when they hid the sun. Does it look like a puzzle? Are you wondering what is this guy aiming for? Let me tell you, you're about to embark on an incredible journey of mental adventure. You're about to delve into a world of free thinking, based on truth and clear vision. But beware, this journey is not for the faint of heart. If you're brave enough to complete this book to the end, I can't guarantee that you'll remain the same person. At the very least, your perspective will be forever changed. This book will take you behind the veil of habit and familiarity, and show you a new world. So, if you're ready, buckle up and get ready for the ride. Do not retreat from the middle of the road, retreat now or complete to the end, and you will discover that you are no longer the person you were. I've tried to present ideas from all perspectives and evidence objectively, so you can reach the truth on your own. So, are you ready? Let's jump down the rabbit hole and see how deep it goes. Forget everything you know, strip away your preconceptions and let your mind think freely, away from that suffocating dungeon called axioms.